celebration today, y'all. It is a celebration as we celebrate 30.2 thousand subscribers right here on Black Power Media. This is the Remix Morning Show. I hope y'all ready to get it in. I go by the name of the Ear Doctor. Let me introduce you to your host. We got no other than Dr. Jared Ball. And burn it down, Kim Brown.
Doodoo Brown. Hey, fully inappropriate lyrics, but the vibe and the bump on that track is outrageous. It has aged well.
Yes, it has.
But right on 30 grand. Thank you, everybody. That is big. 30 plus. Yeah. We do sound effects. That's how like the unfortunately canceled South Side. My man on South Side used to always hit. There you go.
Oh man. Now, of course, here come the wet blanket. Ear Doctor, how long were you and Jared in pre-show and you managed not to tell Jared that his microphone was not on?
Oh my God. See, I even asked him. It's on. It's not working properly.
It sounds like it's coming through the computer.
Oh,
am I imagining that chat?
I asked him.
Ear Doctor.
I'll have to restart.
Doctor.
But
your name.
I asked him.
You need to be making the delineations between what it sounds like when the mic is on and when the mic is not on.
Even the lights on his microphone is coming up, like it's showing.
Anyway. Let me hear you say, hey.
Yo, Kim, how was your weekend?
Oh, weekend was great. I had a nice weekend. It was nice Labor Day, holiday. You know, eat good, kick it with mama a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Try to keep it cool around here because the temperatures are hot.
Yeah. It was mad hot, and it was I had a great weekend.
Ooh, what'd you do this weekend?
Let me tell.
Tell me. Right.
Okay, so Friday morning, start off. I DJ at a elementary school.
Okay.
And let me see if Jared can get in here and get his mic. We good, Jared?
I don't know. Am I?
Yes.
You do sound.
Yes.
Okay.
Ear Doc, he ain't your friend, Jared. I be trying to.
I mean, that's
Doc
what I'm
just
saying.
want himself to sound good out here. He don't want nobody else sounding
Had me
good.
all set up. Literally the first thing I asked him after saying good morning. Does my mic sound right?
On some it was a bit of pettiness too when he asked it. I was like, see.
And you was going to steer him wrong just because his tone wasn't right.
I gave him a little bit of petty back. Nah. Anyway, so back to my story. My great weekend. So boom. I DJ the elementary school. We start off with kindergarten to third grade to fifth grade to 8th grade. So I got to do the different grades because you got to play different types of music for the different grades due to their age. So then go out, have a good time that night, and then find out the news that guess who's going to be having a interview on Sundays. In case y'all didn't know, that's right. The three you see on the screen, we are going to be talking music with Dr. Cornel West this Sunday. So make sure y'all tune in. Ain't no other interview going to be like this, y'all. I'm just going to let y'all know.
And just be clear, like the sign said, no election, no politics.
Nope.
This is about the music. So he always want to sprinkle it in there. Kim was like, stop sprinkling. Let's bake the full cake, my dude. Let's get fully in. Yes. So it's happening Sunday night, 8:00.
Yeah. I am very excited about this opportunity to speak to Dr. West about this. Like, I have so many questions for Dr. West. I'm sorry, I'm taking my hair out while I'm talking to y'all, but like, I mean, I want to hear his comparisons, how he views the rise and I guess fall of jazz and juxtapose that against the rise and I guess continued rise of hip hop, right? because I am not a jazz head. I don't know about y'all brothers. Like I can't really speak to jazz like that. So I would like for Dr. West to kind of give, people our age, give me a little education about jazz here, Dr. West, and how do you see, where jazz is now to maybe where hip hop might be later on? You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no niggas involved. You know what I'm saying? Or very few involved. And I think I see rap and hip hop kind of going that way, to be honest.
Oh, it's fully. So years ago, in the great debate, as it was titled on my cassette tape, between him and John Henrik Clarke, moderated by Greg Carr.
Shirley.
Wow.
Oh, damn, Shirley.
Whoa.
Shirley chose violence this morning. Yeah.
What's wrong? What's wrong? What's up, Shirley?
She said, I hope Air Doctor don't embarrass BPM.
Oh, Shirley. Come on, Shirley.
Come on now.
She must have woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning.
Shirley,
whatever folks got to say about the Ear Doctor, he knows his music. And he can spin them platters. So,
if y'all ain't seen the interview on Sundays, I mean, come check it out. I did one with Dr. Ball, did one with Kim, did one with Minister Server. I'm not too bad on the interview tip.
Not at all, actually. Not at all. And it's your pre-interview questions that help to set your interview apart, which is why, I know we're going to chat after the show, but I'm telling you, I think the pre-interview questions that we submit to Dr. West is going to make it, a fully immersive experience from his perspective, which I'm looking forward to that shit, y'all. I'm very excited.
We're gonna have to make this longer than an hour. I can see.
You're crazy to think it's gonna stop at an hour. I already took that for granted. I already planned on staying up past my bedtime Sunday. Like I'm just gonna be tired in class Monday morning. It's just gonna have to be. But my point in that story was that he does break down, like this is years ago, so I'm sure it's improved even, but he has a whole analysis of how hip hop rose and out of the conditions that it came out of, the shift from jazz to funk. He knows what he's got an analysis, and it's I know one question I definitely want to put on the pre-show, whatever, or pre-question, whatever. I want to ask him his best live, his top 5 live, because he has to have seen.
Nice question.
Some legendary shows. So I got to know.
So dope. This is gonna be so dope.
I got to know. So yeah, this is gonna be very dope.
Oh my goodness.
What's the white music you like, Dr. West?
Top 5 whites.
Top 5 whites out here.
Hey, we going there, y'all. We going there. And matter of fact, here's what we're gonna do. Whoever's in the chat room, if you got a good question throughout this week on the Remix Morning Show, I'm gonna pick one good question and we're gonna use that question to ask. So give a good one if you got one pertaining to music and Dr. Cornel West.
Right on. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it.
Oh man. So I did go. We had a House in the Park this weekend, which is house music.
Ooh.
All day from 12 to 8 at night.
Wow.
And I'm talking about, it was packed. The dance floor, crazy, ridiculous. It was like four tennis courts put together, DJ, whole tennis courts packed, people dancing from 12 noon to 8 p.m. Fans with water coming from it, it was ridiculous. It
was
such a vibe.
Rock house music all night long.
Man, I had a great time. Party, drink, did all that. Oh, dance. Oh, I feel great.
Nice, Ear Doctor. Look at you, booked and busy.
And I didn't have the DJ. No, this is me just going and having a good time.
Wow.
It was great. It was great. And one of the questions I want to ask is, like, with all the different pockets of music, like you got house music, like you got go-go music, you got different pockets. Through your travels throughout the world, what's one of the pockets where you like, a lot of people don't know about this music, but when I heard it, I was like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Because even down in Miami bass, it's a pocket of music. Bass music is down in Florida. A lot of people might not know it different places. You got go-go, you got Zydeco, you know what I mean? What's one of those pockets?
For me, it was Chicago house, to be honest. Like because I'm in proximity to Baltimore, so Baltimore club / house was what I knew. And the first time I went to Chicago in 2008, me and my homegirl ended up at the Funky Buddha Lounge. And I can remember this so clearly. Like it was Mark Full of Flavor. DJ Mark Full of Flavor was on the ones and twos, and he dropped a record. Everybody got up. Me and this girl, the other girl I was with, who was from Baltimore, me and her just looking at each other like, what just happened? Like I've never heard this song. I don't know I don't even know what's playing, but everybody in there knew what was playing and they responded. I was like, wow, look at this. See, that's that regional action. Like there are songs that bang regionally that people that are from there know what it is, and us out of towners just sitting there looking silly like what is this, what just happened here?
And oh yeah, DJ B Love, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, B Love. Best believe all the remix maniacs are going to be sitting here in the Sundays. They're going to watch me take you to Sundays, and we're going to battle DJ right here. Black Power Media, Sundays Radio. Let's go.
Did he just give us Hulkamania?
He did.
Through the ear doctor's voice.
And just in case anybody is not clear what is being referenced here, just want to, from Curb Fest in Baltimore.
No ear doctor, I'm coming for him.
Oh shit!
I've been trying to put him in the corner since Thursday last week.
Hey, you ain't the only one outside. B Love, you ain't the only one outside. Let's go. I love it. Yo,
that was dope. That whole thing. Shout out again to Curb Fest. That whole thing was dope.
Did you go?
Very dope.
You went out?
I did.
Wow!
I was out there. That was my footage. That was out there with my daughters, and it was great. So there's a whole video of it up of mine. I know Ricky and others have put videos out on BAP's social medias and elsewhere, but so people can check our site, check the channel that is now over 30,000 subscribers. Once again, thank you all. And check the whole thing. But yeah, it was, great speakers, music. The DJs killed it. I got a clip on that I kept on there, Kim, that I know you'll appreciate, where La India, I've been rocking it nonstop in the house. La India is the brilliant salsa singer is blended over It's All About the Benjamins, and he killed it. The DJ was, I forgot, her B Love's partner, her husband. I mean, I forgot his name. My bad. He killed it though. It was very, very dope. So yeah, shout out to everybody there. Great vibe. It was fantastic. All about political prisoners, and it was dope. It was very dope.
Nice.
But I will say, I've had, just to go back to your question here, Doctor, I am, through some pain in the military and other privilege in the rest of my life, I have been, fortunate to be in a lot of places around the world. Mm-hmm. And I've always found a way to get, a little flavor wherever I'm at. So I've, whether the Afro-Cuban salsa spots, the reggaeton, the I don't know what you call it, that we heard up in the hills in Marangu, Tanzania, at the base of Mount Kilimanjaro, but it sounded to me like indigenous, like what we would have thought. If you close your eyes, I would have thought was in indigenous America, the native folks here. But it had this rhythm. I don't know what you call it. People are rocking all over the world, and to your point, in every corner of this planet, people are grooving, and there's somebody that likes it. Now, again, my bias still, I can't, that go-go pocket is undefeated, but bias, it don't matter. I just love it. People are rocking all over the place.
I like the steel drum. Like when I go to the islands, that steel drum sound.
Woo!
Oh my goodness, it's different. It just hits your insides different. It's like, yo, you just be sitting there with your Mai Tai like. Dung, 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 dung.
But I do need that. The only thing, like, my bias is, no disrespect, but when I've heard like certain I am moved at times by European classical music. I won't front. Some of it is moving. And the technical quality needed to play some of it is really impressive. I'm not going to front. But the pocketless grooves around the world, some of the, like the sitar music, no disrespect. Some of the East Asian stuff, no disrespect. Some of it, they get their drums too, but like that pocketless music is a struggle for me. I need that pocket. Yeah. And that's why when we talk with Dr. West Sunday, we could talk about what my godfather calls black classical music. He don't even use the word jazz. He hates the word jazz. As did the late great Ahmad Jamal, who said the same thing about it's black classical music. You know, so but I need that. I
like it. I like it.
Pocket. Put it in the pocket.
So let's go ahead and get into the pocket. We're going to have our first break right here, and then we're going to come back. We're going to give y'all some news, some more talk about this, that, and the third. There's a lot of things going on in this world, so we're going to keep y'all informed with it right here on No Other Than the Remix Morning Show. What's good, everybody? Welcome out to No Other Than the Remix Morning Show. I go by the name of the Ear Doctor, and this is Black Power Media. Thank y'all. Like we said once before, we have hit no other than over 30,000 subscribers right now. Thank y'all very much. Continue to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and continue to hit that like button because we like when you like. All right. Go to patreon.com, go and be a member over there and get some extra footage that you won't see here on YouTube. All right, with that said, we're going to go ahead and get to the weather report. Man, it was a beautiful weekend. Let's see what this week has. But first, let's start off with today. We're going to start off in the ATL. They got a high today of no other than, in the drinking, we have a new drinking game. When I say no other than, you take a drink. Whatever it is, just take a drink. So no other than ATL, we got a high today of 89 degrees. John Blades, nice and hot, but it ain't as hot as DC. DC is going to make it up to 96 degrees. Damn near hundreds. Y'all better stay inside because I know how wild it get in DC. I don't watch The Wire. All right, next, let's take it to Chicago. Chicago got a high today of 88 degrees. That's even high for Chicago. Next, let's take it to Denver. Denver, they got a high today of 77 degrees. Next, let's take it to the west side, the Bay area, Oakland. They got a high of 76 degrees. And next, let's take it to Punta Cana. Dominican Republic. Man, I remember this is my 40th birthday right here. I went to DR right here, and I had a great time. So big up to all the people in DR, all the unracist people in DR. And next, let's take it to Mali. Mali, they also have a high of 89 degrees. Now, that's pretty hot. That's pretty hot. I'll tell you what else is pretty hot. This guy right here, no other than primetime Deion Sanders. Listen, I started watching this football game. I don't really watch football, but I was like, let me go check and see what this team is about. And he had the Colorados play against TSU, and he had his son playing on the team. He had his other son on the other team, and his son threw for 500 yards, who's been tutored under Brady. And no, we're not talking about running. We're talking about passing the ball, just strictly passing. This kid is a beast, and it was just good to see a son and father doing a thing, and to see the fact that your boy Deion was like, listen, I'm going to come here, and I'm going to do my thing. And I told y'all I'm going to do it. And I said, we coming. Y'all ain't believe me, but we are here. So I just love the confidence, little bit of arrogance that your boy Deion got. Check this out.
Makes people uncomfortable. When you see a confident black man sitting up here talking his talk, walking his walk, coaching 75% African Americans in the locker room, that's kind of threatening. Oh, they don't like that. But guess what? We're going to consistently do what we do. Because I'm here and ain't going nowhere. And I'm about to get comfortable.
I love it. I love it. He's bringing the show to the biz, baby. And that's what it is. Now, with that said, let's get back to our Remix Morning crew. You know how we do. All right, let's go. All right, why ain't that playing there? God damn. There we go. Where did he go wrong?
I got a few things to say. I don't know if we want to save this as a news story or do it now, but I have a few things that I, in relation to that story, going in a different direction.
Imagine that.
I got a couple things to say.
Damn, go on now.
Well, the reason I don't want to go too far, because if you want to stay specifically with, first of all, I agree with you on some of the basics. I'm not going to front. I saw some of the news coverage of the game after the fact, and I do like when Deion does that whole thing. I've always liked it. I'm a sucker for it, but then I realize that that's also part of the problem on a number of levels here. One, it's a problem because he did the whole let's unite blackness, go to HBCUs. Then he's going to condemn HBCUs for not having any revenue and not being unified, and do the whole black people aren't unified. And then he gets the big check at Colorado, brings his son out there, and now he's, I did like seeing when he had a back and forth with the reporter, the white reporter, Ed Warder, and he was like, "Do you believe now? Do you believe?" I like I'm a sucker for all that. But then on Comedy Hype News, I saw them do a story where, again, these layers of false black excellence and like false or abuse of blackness. When the president of Simmons College, an HBCU in Kentucky, Kevin Cosby, comes out and starts blasting Deion, adding him on Twitter, saying basically the argument I'm making, but for fraudulent reasons. So that's what I'm saying is layered for me here. I've been going through a little bit of trauma these last 12 hours.
Wow.
So because Kevin Cosby comes out and does the whole thing, you took advantage of the HBCUs, you blamed us, then you ran off to the whites. This is what we do. This is a big problem. We don't we don't stick together. But then I'm looking at it, having my own experience with Cosby and Simmons College. I'm like, wait a minute, you're layering this cake of abusive blackness. All right. And I don't know if I can pause if you want to bring speaking of abusive blackness on.
What does it come out? Franklin.
Whoa.
Nice. I like that.
I couldn't help it. It just worked perfectly. There's no reason for it. Come out, welcome. You, of course, are no abusive blackness.
Random violence.
It just seemed, I don't know why. It just seemed, I don't know.
But at the same time, is it? Here I go, Mr. C Good and everything. Isn't it putting now people are gonna be like, you know what? Let me go start looking at these HBCUs and start recruiting talent from there now. Since they got to see these talented, no?
Who are you talking about, players or coaches? Because HBCU players have always gone to the league. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Deion, if I'm not mistaken, Deion himself went to a HBCU.
No.
Deion
went to Florida State.
He went to HBCU too.
When?
He did both. He went to HBCU. He went to I'm forgetting.
He didn't start
at Florida. What do you? I must have blanked out. He was a superstar from day one. He was a multi-sport athlete and a superstar at Florida State. He's the reason everybody does the Heisman. I mean, he made all of that popular, the dancing into the end zone. I don't know, maybe not the Heisman pose, but the behind the helmet thing.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about Shannon Sharp, I think, went to a HBCU.
Maybe.
Shannon.
Certainly Jerry Rice went to an HBCU. So like that, there are players, but the point that I'm getting, but none of it changes the economy when you're just, it's like in all these other sports, even world football. If you're just a feeder team and you just send players to bigger teams, it doesn't do anything for you. That's where you just get stuck at that level of the economy of the sport. It doesn't. But my point is, so instead of recognizing that this is the imposed concretized spot of the HBCUs, first Deion comes in and does his false platform, abusing, why don't we unite? And then he runs off to the big white school. Kevin Cosby comes in as the president of a Simmons College. And all I'm going to say, being not an expert, and I don't want to talk out of school, pun intended, but everybody watching this, go to your favorite resource of HBCU history and ask them privately and off record about Simmons College. It has, and I'll just leave it there.
Oh wow!
But Cosby, I met this dude when years ago, before the reverse hashtaggers turned on me, they had invited me to a conference that he was hosting. And we met. He's a reverend. He kept wanting to tell me how he brought Kwame Ture ideas into the church, and he kept wanting to say, we're on the same page, brother. We're not that different, And we do. And after longer story short, after this event was and falsely characterized, I reached out to him and said, that they're misrepresenting the founders of the great hashtag have been misrepresenting what you saw happen there live on. And he said, I know that's not. But he kept publicly siding with them against me. And I would privately call him out. And then he kept saying, I know. So I'm saying, you're a complete liar. You're going out and publicly lying willfully about what you know did not happen. I was telling him all that, like, what kind of fraud does this? What kind of person does this? So I've seen up close what kind of, and all of it, by the way, the event was there with the White Baptist Church community to get a check. So while he's telling Deion, don't abuse blackness and HBCUs to go get that white check, he was doing the same thing. He was doing the exact same thing. And then politically worse than even Deion, wrapping himself in HBCUs and academia, and then Kwame Ture black radicalness. Deion never did that. Deion never was over there talking about, I'm leading the Pan-African Socialist Revolution. Like, when you do that, and then you run off and do that kind of, so I'm watching him condemn Deion so he can get some ats and some likes and whatever, and some attention for his university or his college or whatever. And it's very frustrating. I'm like, dude, I saw you in your face that you're a liar. You are like a willful liar. That you saw them lie about what happened on that stage, acknowledged it privately, and then publicly went out and further condemned me and sided with it. I mean, it's wild.
What happened on the stage? Am I missing that part? What happened on the stage?
The short of it is, I was at this conference, and this is before I realized what the reverse hashtaggers were all about. I realized we weren't all on the same team per se, but I didn't realize the extent to which, and Yvette Carnell had gone up and given this keynote that was just peppered with anti-immigrant, anti-Pan-African, anti-socialist, I was just up there like, what? So when I went up there, I made a few adjustments to my talk and address some of that and base as politely as I and what I did was it was at a religious event, like a church-based event, because Cosby is a reverend and a doctor. And it was this white Baptist convention gathering thing that I also didn't realize what I was in. It's partially my fault. I just accepted the invitation and didn't pay attention and showed up and walked into this convention space and was like, holy sh.
I do that all the time, by the way.
Yeah, I know. It's bad. It's bad. So, but it's important to understand I was wearing what for me was dressed up. I had on my black slacks, black dress shoes, and then I had on an African styled print shirt that had a woman's face on it. And because embedded in it, I thought it was beautiful. And because it was titled the Angela Conference, which is a biblical reference that I didn't realize at first. At first, I stupidly thought
you thought Angela Davis.
That's what I was thinking.
So I'm up here at the Angela Conference with this angelic African woman on my shirt. And I go up there, and one of the first jokes that I make I've done this in churches and mosques, many times, and it usually doesn't, and there's never been a problem. And I go up there and I break the ice by saying, you all must really believe in what you claim to have invited this heathen and atheist up to speak. And then people laughed. And it was a joke. Like, people usually laugh. It's not, okay, all right, thank you, God. But usually people they get a little giggle out of it. I don't like to falsely represent. I don't want to pretend. And I mean it as respect. Like, I'm not trying to act like I'm, So I do my talk. I put in my points about Pan-Africanism, this responding to this anti-immigrant stuff. And then immediately after, Yvette and Tone want to talk to me, and they have these, and I'm like, well, let's build. And they, immediately were like, okay. And that was the break. Afterwards, Yvette starts going publicly saying, first of all, Jared showed up and disrespected the space by wearing a tracksuit. That was what and then he gets up there and disrespects the believers with this joke about being an atheist, and it was like, it was so disrespectful. Meanwhile, afterwards, Reverend Cosby was like, man, that was a great talk. This was great. I love the joke. Everybody, several people were gathered around, this was hilarious. You were great. We got to have you back. We got to build. Here's your check, which is why I knew that there was money involved, because I never get paid on the day. And this white man pulled out of his vest pocket this big check. I was like, damn, so this must really be. So I was like, there was nothing. There was nothing. So she comes out and goes online making videos and shit, talking about Jared did this and he wore his tracksuit. And I was
Just
like
Al
Cosby.
Sharpton. Yeah, the Sharpton.
Exactly. And I was like, that was my nicest Prince shirt. Those are my only slacks. You know what I'm saying? My only dress shoes. And you up in there shitting on me like this. I was like, damn, my bad, miss. I don't have your money. I don't roll like that. I don't have that. So I was just like, what do we? So I said to Cosby, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you co-signing all this? You know damn well that it wasn't a problem. You know damn well your reverend colleague actually they had me submit the text of my comments for publication. I was like, dude, like, what are you talking about? Why are you co-signing it? Oh, because you just like all the attention with the reverse hashtag thing. Oh, you just want the shine. Oh, you get to position yourself as representing the black and misrepresent, everything that I said. Meanwhile, and then to see him come back again to go at Deion, I was like, oh, so it's just like a fake, free for all. It's like it's just fraud free for all out here. I was like, wow, that's unbelievable, dude. Anyway, so
all right, so yeah, Deion Sanders.
No,
had a good. He had
This
a
is
good
the best
game.
part of the morning show. What are you talking about?
Tell her why you mad, son. Tell her why you mad, son.
His
a
son,
tracksuit.
Damn, Jared.
his son threw for 500 yards. The other kid got an interception, touchdown, mad yards. This is the one that he brought from the HBCU that Rick Saban was.
Didn't he
mad
bring
because
about 4 or 5 of his students?
He brought mad
all
people over there.
the top ones, right?
Yeah, he brought mad people over there.
He basically raided his own school, the school that he touted, to bring them all with. Yeah,
he's like, listen,
Deion
y'all
is
coming.
shameful. Shameless, I should say. Shameless. He is shameless.
Oh my goodness!
Shameless. Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
Oh, were you complimenting him too? Like, yeah,
you
no, I have
better
to
believe
Come
it.
out, he's giving them opportunity.
Oh my God.
Listen,
He
and then
shameless. He used it to get his coaching credentials up.
okay,
That's all he used the HBC. And then he's like, I'm out of here for some real cash. And I'm taking everybody I recruited using that black shit. Using that black
Don't
ball.
don't all these coaches try to go to a college and then try to get to the NFL? So just because he decided to go to a black one instead of any other college, now
but he used and abused the whole idea of what it means to go to. It's like all of them do, right? They all use
They do.
the idea. It's like the politicians. It's like, I'm black, I'm so black, I'm pro-black, everything is about being black. And then as soon as the opportunity comes up, it's like, I don't really believe in that black shit no more. Or it's like, it's all about diversity and opportunity and chance. After that ride, they wave. He rode his wave. He
brought the hood to Colorado. The dude came out with some big gold chains with the diamond crucifix with the
all
gold
those cats
chain.
were going to be recruited to go to big major league schools. And Deion was the one who threw his fame and, again, trying to say what you can do at this black school, got them to instead go to the HBCU, promising things about the HBCU, and then took them all out. It wasn't like these were like kids who were like wayward off the street, never would have made it into the NFL or big time college football until they met Deion. Deion persuaded them to not go to other schools and to come to coach or be coached under him because of who he is. That's what he did. And then he just took them all with him when he decided, I did my job. I showed y'all I can coach. I showed you I'm good at this game. And the only thing Deion is right about is like he should have got the opportunity everybody else got. Just because he didn't have the coaching, he should have got all those white cats who get the opportunities in those state schools or even professional football. Mm-hmm. His only thing he's right about in that sense to me is like, hey, you should just let me walk in the door and get my opportunity. Like you let every other white guy do who's never had coaching experience before and hasn't coached that long. That part he's right about. Yeah. But using the black school, black history and all that kind of stuff, that's all sellout.
And Jackson State gave him the opportunity, to be clear, right? I mean, I don't think there was a lot of schools knocking down Deion's door to come be a head coach, right? Like he went to coach at Jackson State because that was a school that actually was offering him a job.
Yeah, it's like, we'll try you. Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, he had been trying to get jobs elsewhere, and They were like, "No, you're a celebrity. That don't mean you can coach."
Black and
you're
black
right.
and black first and foremost.
And you're loud.
Like, Kyle Shanahan's of the world, you know what I'm saying? Like these motherfuckers ain't never played. You know what I'm saying? They ain't never been. They just walk in as NFL, position coordinators because of who their daddy is. You know what I'm saying? And no, Deion was right. He should have just got an opportunity because of the merits of his accomplishment, but that's not how it works for black people, even famous black people, even moneyed black people.
Mm-hmm. But even with all of that, had I been an athletic director with a budget, I would have absolutely hired Deion
at Jackson State.
Anywhere.
I think that might have been
anywhere.
He's so biz. He puts the show in biz, and that's what sells. He even told him, he's like, "I'm about to show y'all how to do this." He's gonna show all them, we're going to start hiring some black athlete coaches that's been on the football teams, and we're going to bring them all in and try to do this at all these different colleges.
Nah, don't look for that to happen. Right. Because come on, Deion's not really an anomaly out here. He's just the Malviest about it. Let's not forget that the NFL is still being sued by black coaches for refusing to give them opportunities. Like just like in the real world, like the whites don't care whether or not you can do it. They don't want your black ass in there doing it. Period. That's what it comes down to.
In fact, they know it can be done. They know you can do it. That's why they don't want. That's right.
It's never been an issue of ability or capability, for that matter. It's, do they want your black ass in this position? Do they want this nigga or any nigga for that matter? You know what I mean? It's it's not about can these players turn coaches do this? Do they have the ability to do it? It's never been about that.
Well, I'm going to get my popcorn and get ready to watch this whole Deion fiasco and see how it goes. So,
well, hold on. And let me correct you on something else you said earlier, Doctor. You was shouting out the temperatures. You was like, it's going to be hot as hell in DC. Y'all be careful in DC because I've seen The Wire. What?
All right, it's Baltimore.
So this is what's going to happen here, Doctor. So this is what's going to happen.
I ain't going to get no love when I come to DC.
No. We're going to school you. I am going to pick you up.
Okay.
In DC.
All right.
We are going to drive out to where I live just so you can get a lay of the land. Then we're going to leave my house and continue on to Baltimore, so you get a full idea of just the distance, of the differences, of the landscape. Then we're going to go back to DC for the go-go.
Okay.
Because I'm not staying. No disrespect, but I'm not staying in Baltimore. There's no. It's just a bias.
Ooh, bougie bonton.
I have respect for club and house and whatever.
But they don't do it like DC.
I need that pocket. Okay. So it's just a pocket preference. It's
Wait a minute. You mean right next door in Baltimore, they don't really do as much like DC.
Oh my God, Kamau.
The go-go does not go further than DC, period. Baltimore does not take on
PG County, maybe, and a little bit recently out to Howard County. But that, and then it will travel like they do cruises to Puerto Rico, and they do they'll show up in Hampton University. They have little.
I just seen Big G on TV, the lead talker of the Backyard Band. They's doing go-go in Miami or something. I don't know if it was Labor Day weekend, but no, go-go had went down to Florida.
But even during the heyday of go-go, I'm not saying it's over. I know, but I'm just saying during the heyday of go-go. It wasn't like it became such a regional phenomenon. I'm gonna put it like that, as opposed to it always was just a DC mainstay.
DC and Baltimore are not the it's wild how it's not the same.
But it wouldn't go north. It would go south. So they would do go-go's in Virginia. You would get go-go bands going out to Richmond. You would get go-go bands going down to the Carolinas. You would even occasionally, a friend of mine went down, was at Clark University, Clark Atlanta, in the late 90s, early 2000s. Chuck Brown came down there to the campus. Hey, Doctor, you might have been down there for that shit. Chuck Brown came down to the AUC and performed for 2 hours outside.
I don't remember that.
I only remember it yesterday.
Well, you probably outside selling Nog Champa and
and his funny pizzas. And his funny pizzas.
Blue Nile.
I know we don't agree on, the 19 Keys, Black capitalism, but Diallo Soumbri did bring Black Alley and I believe Backyard and a couple others to Ghana. So to DJ B Love's point, Go-Go has been on the continent. But I think I actually cannot think of ever hearing of a show in Baltimore.
I have one.
Okay,
so
good.
It was 98. I think my friends and I went to University of Maryland, Baltimore County, UMBC, and a Junkyard Band performed up there. So they would go to the colleges, right? They might go up to Towson. I don't know about Morgan. I don't know if they would do Morgan Cop and all that, but they would. You could easily catch a go-go band performing UMBC, Bowie State, even though Bowie's in PG. But no, they would a little bit.
But this was never embraced by like Baltimore. It's like, this shit is popping right here. Let's bring
No.
And y'all like, of course not. And the rest of us are sort of like, it's something that hits New York, definitely hits Jersey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even something that hits Jersey comes to New York.
The divide between Baltimore and DC is way more severe than New York, Jersey. Yeah. Way more. And when I was at Frostburg, the Black community at Frostburg State was almost split exactly down the middle. PG County, DC, the rest of Maryland, Baltimore, and the rest of Maryland. And when there would be the parties on campus, they would literally in the main room close that divider, and they would have a Baltimore DJ and a DC DJ. Damn. And the rooms would literally be divided, and you could go back and forth, but there was no like you're not going to get one party where you get a little club and a little go. No. It was one and the other all the time, and it was like, man, it was just I thought that was intense. I thought that so anyway. But all right, that's how it goes.
Great wormhole. We all went down today, y'all, and
definitely rabbit hole. Yeah. No, people don't believe that these two cities could be that much different culturally, considering how close they are in proximity.
Yeah.
But the music is different. The lingo is different. Like it's wild. Like it should be studied sociologically.
Oh, look at ZZ Line that I remember Ear Doctor Tri-State parties. That's right. We threw some
from the 90s.
Yeah, we used to do some of the biggest Tri-State parties down here on campus. Packed them out, had Mobb Deep, Big Daddy Kane, MOP.
Wow. You were DJing or producing?
Promoting. I was selling.
I knew you was party promoter.
Oh yeah, and then selling T-shirts.
Did you see Marcel P. Black and them called out Big Daddy Kane for rhyming over vocals?
Oh, he did that too?
Oh, no.
You mean back in the day or recently?
No, like now.
I would almost allow.
What was this other
Big
thing
Daddy
about
Kane.
this other? Say it again.
I would almost allow Big Daddy Kane to rhyme with vocals because he does dance steps. Other MCs don't dance like Big Daddy Kane. I would almost allow that because he does that just like other big entertainers do that had a little headpiece on and a little music. That's
then it was something like somewhere in England or some shit like that where these English cats jumped up on stage and took the mic from Big Daddy.
What?
They took the mic? I didn't know that they took
I don't know what, I might be exaggerating. They jumped up on stage and interrupted his show.
Yeah.
Because they were claiming that the promoters were giving too much attention to American rappers over them, even though Big Daddy was the headliner of the show. So it became some fiasco or whatever like that.
You better get out of here. You better grab the mic from somebody else.
Right. Big Daddy don't grab the mic.
I know, that's a legend. What? It ain't his fault. That's not his fault.
Scoop and Scrap
get British rap without Big Daddy Kane. What you talking about?
Can Scoop and Scrap do anything anymore? They can't do no moves no more. They dead? They got to be dead.
Nah, they still alive.
They alive? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, they not in the dead rapper society that you are.
They not dead.
All right, let me get out of here. I'll catch you on the next break.
All right, well, why don't we should just slap the map, make it official, go ahead and do some news. A little late on the remix.
Yes, y'all. Welcome to the Remix Morning Show, Black Power Media. Today is Tuesday, September 5th. Remixers, thank you so much for making the time to come out and kick it with your folks as we recover, I suppose, from the holiday weekend. It's Kim Brown, Dr. Jared Ball, Kamal Franklin, the Ear Doctor. You are watching the 30,000 plus subscriber channel, Black Power Media Remixers. Thank you all so much for helping us get to this very important, we'll say impressive milestone. Maybe not in the context of these YouTube streets, as though I am one to talk, but 30,000 ain't nothing to sneeze at, seriously, especially given the weightiness and the content of the content here on this channel. So thank you all so much for helping us get to this plateau, and we're just going to continue to go upwards from there. We're going to get into some news.
It was Piper that got us over the hump too.
Thank you, Piper.
One that did it. It's her show that did it.
Hey.
How much did we start with when we got started, Jared? When we all came aboard?
I had this channel for some years and barely used it, and had, I think, 5,000 and change. But sort of dormant. Like it was not an active channel. Like every once in a while I would put something on it. I was still mostly audio and just not doing that. So I'm impressed. And I think, given the politics, the collective, the algorithm, all of that, I'm
depression,
all of that.
In spite of, here we are.
Yeah,
I would say I'm probably responsible for at least 23,000 of that.
Is that right?
Personally,
that right?
Yeah,
Personally?
I think
so. Okay.
Solo by yourself.
So the rest of us collectively,
just my appearance,
about five.
About five.
I think that's probably about right.
Thank goodness for Cop City.
Oh damn!
Oh damn! No!
Damn.
Oh my!
God damn!
You saying
God
Cop
damn.
City is to us
Oh,
what
come
the
up,
Iraq
it's a
War
come up.
was to CNN? Is that what you're trying to say?
Wow!
Is that what you're trying to say? That's messed up, man.
Damn. Woo. Anyway, it's that kind of Tuesday, everybody. Just every man, woman for themselves out here.
Look at how all that we continue to have to overcome. That's why I'm so impressed. Comments like that. That's exactly why I'm so impressed. Thank you all very much.
Yes. Beijing in the house. So, news. I got it.
Oh,
story. Oh, you got no. Go.
No. I'll pull yours up. Mine is very simple and easy and very petty. So as I'm pulling yours up, I will get yours ready. I'll just share this very quickly. This news story that came out called The Defector. Doug Rushkoff was one of tech's founding optimists. Now he's renouncing the digital revolution. He says it's the only human option. For anybody in media studies, mainstream academic media studies, or even left of center media studies, this guy is kind of a popular guy. He's made a number of strong documentaries I've used, Merchants of Cool and others, that he's written a number of popular books. He's a professor, blah, blah, blah. And I just wanted to say, I've been saying for 20 plus years that his flaw is his optimism in thinking that digital revolution or social media and digital technology was going to improve social relationships. And sure enough, here he comes 20 some odd years later to say, nope, not so much. Nope, I was wrong. That's not what's going to happen. And then he even said it makes it worse. All the stuff. So that's it. I'm just in my little pettiness of saying, I told you so. I was right 20 years ago, but I didn't get no funding or no documentaries. I didn't get none of that, but I was right. So that's it. So welcome, Doug, to the.
Remember that show Silicon? I'm sorry, Kim. Go ahead.
And I was gonna say you should invite him on the platform and lead with it. That should be in your email. Hey, Doug, I was right. That should be the subject of the email. I was right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Come
on over to the winning team.
There was that show Silicon Valley where they had all the techs, the tech gurus, and then it was always hilarious because they had them line by line. They would say their famous kind of intro was like, "We're inventing this so that we can do such and such and such and save the world. We're inventing this new technology, but it's going to allow us to save the world or bring the world closer together." It was always like that catchphrase, no matter what the hell they were doing. There's always some larger purpose at stake when really it was about, can we get some money and some venture capital in our pockets? That's what we're really looking for.
So we can save the world.
So we can save the world with all that money.
With all that money.
Kim, what you got for us? What is this here? How do can I get past this?
I am I'm mad. Okay. I'm very angry.
Oh boy.
So as Ear Doctor alluded, in terms of the weather today in the DMV, we are expected to actually break records for the beginning of September. Some of the meteorologists are saying that this is going to be the hottest start to September ever in the DC, Baltimore area. And as a story that continues to be as evergreen as always, there are a number of schools in Baltimore City that will be closed today. Why are they closed, class? Because they don't have air conditioning. The temperature in Baltimore today is expected to reach into the upper 90s. And Jared, if you could please, this is a press release from Baltimore City Public Schools. Could you please name the schools that will not be open today because their buildings lack air conditioning?
So we have Baltimore City College, Benjamin Franklin High School at Masonville Cove, City Springs Elementary Middle School, Cross Country Elementary Middle School, Curtis Bay Elementary Middle School, Furley Elementary School, Harlem Park Elementary Middle School, National Academy Foundation, Vanguard Collegiate Middle School, the Mount Washington School. And then Empowerment Academy has an early release at 11:45. And there's an operator. It says the operator has a plan for adding air conditioning to the building that is underway. Good thing that they're starting now at the end of summer in September of 2023. Good thing that they have a plan. So Kim,
they never noticed in all these decades.
Decades,
it's a little hot. It gets a little hot.
It's a little hot, and this thing comes around every year. I think they call it summer. It gets really hot, and then it carries over into the beginning. And yeah, right. It's shocking, amazing, and then to your point, Kim. My entire life, from childhood, been hearing these stories about Baltimore and DC city schools having to anyway. So but they have a plan.
But they have $330 million to build a new cop city.
Talk to them, come out.
They got $300 million. Yeah, they're gonna raise that money all kinds of ways. They're gonna get bonds, private donations, Fed money, city money. No matter what it takes, they're going to raise that $330 million to build that. And that shit's going to be fully air conditioned. 14 different temperature arrangements. When you walk in the room, the light's going to come on. All the most modern technology, not a fucking dime in 30, 40 years to put air conditioning in your schools. Like who even like in their right mind, who thinks that's like normal?
Oh, I bet you who doesn't have anything to say about it would be our first Black governor. And Wes Moore deserves this cuss out that he about to get from me, because you the first Black governor and you're just as useless as the previous 60 white governors. The fact that Wes Moore, again, origin story still unclear, but would use West Baltimore as his campaign backdrop. You've been in office since January. It's September. You know, were I governor, I would have, via executive order, made sure that the HVAC systems were fully operational in every single, specifically Baltimore City school, because out of all the jurisdictions in Maryland, Baltimore City students suffer the most. And per what Jared said, this is generational. You understand? There are grandparents who went to some of these schools and the schools didn't have air then. But the fact that there's no money to actually make the schools hospitable for the children to learn, but yet the police continue to get money hand over fist. That is a violence committed against the children of Baltimore City, but it's been generational. Their parents experienced the same violence. Their grandparents have experienced the same violence. And then the so-called city leaders and Governor Wes Moore, everybody want to look at Baltimore. Well, we have a crime problem. We have a violence problem. Yeah, the violence is being enacted on the children right there in their classrooms where they are unable to learn. So you want to disrupt these kids' learning experience and then wonder why some of these kids end up on the streets doing violence. They are just repeating and perpetuating the same violence that they have been experiencing from the state. And shame on you, Westmore. You ain't shit, just like Larry Hogan wasn't shit, just like Robert Ehrlich wasn't shit, just like Paris Glendening wasn't shit. You have not changed the story at all about the outcomes for Baltimore City schools. And like I've said numerous times, it doesn't matter who is sitting in the governor's mansion in Annapolis. It doesn't matter if it's a Republican or a Democrat. The Baltimore City still gets shitted on, regardless of what party is in power. And it is a goddamn shame. And I hope that everybody that's watching this, and people from Maryland especially, when Westmore goes to ascend up that national political ladder, remind them that he also did not give a single fuck about kids in Baltimore City, just like the previous white motherfuckers before him.
Let the church say amen. Preach, sister. Preach.
You got a black Jesus for us.
Thank you. We need Kiana. Get Kiana up here. I need Kiana to come cuss Westmore too.
Right.
Cuss him.
No, he is definitely planning.
Hold on, but Kamal, Jared knows this, and the rest of y'all might know this. Let me tell y'all something. Okay. So you want to know what the gag is? Okay, so there's $300 million they were trying to build or accumulate for this proposed cop city in Baltimore City. The Maryland State Lottery funds, a portion of it is supposed to go to public schools. When they open casinos here in the state of Maryland, which, by the way, includes MGM Grand Casino, Maryland Live Casino. There's a casino in Baltimore. There's a couple of the slots casinos around the state. Oh, a portion of this is going to go to the schools. Where the fuck is this portion of the money for Baltimore City schools? And Howard County has got new schools built. They built some new schools down here in PG County. Where are the new schools in Baltimore? Where's the HVAC upgrades in Baltimore? Like,
let's keep it real. Kim, my daughter's school has a new field, new turf on the football field / soccer field. So not only, but let me walk up in there for a parent teachers night and there not be air conditioning in the building. Let that happen for even 5 minutes. Something getting broken, yelled at, cussed at. Snatched something. So, but no, that's by the way, to your point, I forgot about the casinos. Let's go back another decade or so when they were talking the same ish about the football stadium. We, me included, you, Kim included, paid with our tax dollars for that stadium that puts M&T Bank on it. And one of the first things they said was, we're going to create jobs and the money and revenue for the city's schools and revenue for whatever else. They said the same thing about Camden Park, that whole sports complex they built down there. And yet every day I go to work, like later today, I drive by Latrobe Homes, exactly the same as it has ever been. And then this report shows that it's crazy. That is crazy. But when those kids act up, there will at least be $300 million worth of newly trained police to put them back in place. So
it's wild.
Always every time they do anything, it's always to save the world. It's like we're building the stadium. To save the world. We're going to give kids, we get a portion of your revenue will go to save the world, through education, blah, blah, but it never reaches.
But again,
by the way, we say the same thing when you donate to BPM's Patreon. It is to save the world.
It is totally to save the world. To save the world. But again, this is what I want people, especially in this state. You know, everybody was so happy. Oh, Westmore, look at his beautiful wife. Look at the beautiful black family. Westmore still don't give a fuck about black people. He used West Baltimore as his campaign backdrop, like it was literally a prop. Nigga, you ain't from West Baltimore. You ain't go to school in West Baltimore. No one even really know where the fuck you went to school. Like, it's a mystery. Whoever, just like we had somebody pop up and tell us they went to middle school with Vivek, I need Westmore's middle school and high school classmates to show yourselves. Announce yourselves. Because this motherfucker has been allowed to create a whole origin story around his love for Maryland. You nigga, you ain't even from here. You're not even from here. And all the black bougies got in line. Angela also, Brooks, all these niggas got the fuck in line to back up Westmore. Why? Because he had the Oprah stamp of approval. And
2028.
Oh
they're
my God.
They're currently coaching up one of his classmates in a bunker in Quantico, right down the road here. Right. So don't worry, you're going to hear from them shortly, Kim.
Investment banker Westmore, Afghanistan veteran Westmore.
I was in 7th grade with Westmore, and we went to the Maryland Academy in Baltimore.
And even then,
Miss Green is our social studies teacher.
Nobody went to school with this nigga because this nigga's not from here. He probably went, grew up in Tacoma Park, left about 4th grade, moved up to New York, then went to Valley Forge, then came back to Hopkins. Oh, I guess that's his Baltimore credentials. He did his undergrad at Hopkins. So I mean, nigga, then go claim Oxford, England. If we just claim it places.
No, they're gonna hit us with this. He's like Jesus. He just disappeared for about 12 years and came back on the scene. Don't worry about where I was at, what I was doing. Just
whatever I was doing, I was doing it all for you. I was doing, saving the world.
Saving the world.
Saving the world.
Speaking of saving the world, last night a DJ saved my life. Today a DJ saves the world.
Yeah. That's what we do.
Wait a minute, you gonna have Cornell West on or something?
Whoa, you didn't know? Let me tell you about what's going on there. Listen, Sunday's radio is coming up this Sunday, baby pa. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be me, Kim Brown, and Dr. Jared Ball having a sit-down off-the-record convo with Dr. Cornell West at 8 p.m. So y'all tune in.
It says no politics, no whatever. It's all about music.
It's all
That's
about
the only thing from my original flyer that he kept. Ear Doctor said, make a flyer. I made a flyer, and that's literally the only thing that survived from the original.
Garbage.
Teamwork, make a dream work, baby. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Get this shit out of here. Copy and paste that and get the rest out of here. But yeah.
I mean, you be doing some dope flyers, man. I was just when you said that the last one, man.
That wasn't one of them, though.
It was kind of quick there.
Well, I was rushing. I was like, that's what I'm. All of them are quick, actually. I don't. Anyway, but yeah, go ahead. That's
teamwork, make a dream work. We came out with a nice flyer there, so thank you, Dr. Jared Ball, for your contribution. And what we gonna do is we gonna go ahead and take another quick break, and we're gonna come back right here on no other than the Remix Morning Show.
Hey. It's time.
It's time for the percolator. Big up, everybody. What's up? This is the Remix Morning Show. I go by the name of the Ear Doctor. And yes, I see good in all things. What's the matter with that? You know what I mean? It's a balance. It's life. All right, with that said, go ahead and balance your way over to patreon.com and be a member over there so you can see some content we got over there, and tiptoe and balance your way to the subscribe button if you are new to the channel, and the like button if you're not. All right, with that said, we're going to get to a quick artist spotlight. Artist I got to work with, known for almost 20 years. Actually got on a mixtape with her and spit some heat together on a mixtape. She goes by the name of no other than drink time, Stacey Epps. So this is a song she did called Floating. So check this out right here on the Remix Morning Show. Let's go.
Passing clouds, passing you, passing me by. Passionately we can be so high. In heavens or over the sea, gravity can't hold us down, baby. Also slow dance with our destiny now. We represent life, the chosen life.
Yeah, there you go. That's no other than, like I said, Stacey Epps. Stacey Epps, you might see her. You might see her. She's been working with Dave Chappelle also. She does a lot of entertainment law. Good sister. All right, that is Floating. That is her joint right there, so go check her out. She got a lot of other things, and she is also an MC, so she can spit some fire. Do believe that. All right, with that said, let's go ahead and get back to the Remix Morning Crew. Now we do.
Calculator.
It's time. Yeah. Ain't that's Baltimore right there though? See, I know a little. You on mute right there, Ball.
That joint is fire. You can't front on it. Love it.
So
It's
the funny
time for the
thing is,
percolator. Stop
that's
it, come on.
Baltimore,
That's like a
but at the same
cartoon,
time, that falls into Chicago house, Jersey, New York house.
I don't even know what that means. How is it Baltimore and it falls into these other regions? What are you saying?
Because whenever you at a house, whenever you add some house music, this song will play. It gets thrown into there somehow. It just got that. And most,
Because it's a classic. It's a classic.
I mean, most house music got that.
Just like, I mean, who like Follow Me?
Oh,
I don't think that's a Baltimore song. Like
Nah,
That's not Baltimore?
that's house.
well, where is its city of origin?
I don't know. I
I'm
thought it was
feeling
Baltimore.
like it's Midwest. Like
I always thought maybe New York, because I like, again,
Either
to
or.
your
It was
point.
big in New York. Yeah, it was big in New York.
Right. But it's one of those songs. It's sort of regionalist, right? Like nobody knows who sang that and where they was from. And I won't say nobody knows who sang it, but I don't have any idea as to where that song originated from.
I feel like that about Colonel Abrams. Y'all know Colonel Abrams?
That's New
I feel
York.
like
right
Colonel
there.
Abrams is like a real New York cat who I thought was huge, and people would be like, we don't know who that is.
Yeah, they don't. Even in Spike Lee's movie, when he had him playing in the movie, all the
Yeah.
New Yorkers was like, "Yo, that's that Colonel Abrams."
You're
Don't nobody know him
the
outside.
best of me. You're not
Yeah.
gonna get.
They don't know
No?
about that.
Oh no.
The chat knows.
Oh no.
What happened? What happened?
Oh no. Wikipedia says it's a Jersey based.
Why? Oh no.
Oh no.
Percolator?
Oh
The
no.
Percolator?
No.
Follow me.
Follow me by it says here Ali Us.
Yeah, Alias.
Deep
yeah.
House, New Jersey Sound, 1992.
Wow.
No,
That's Jersey.
no.
Club Zanzibar niggas don't even know. They don't know. They know now. They know now. They know. I'm trying to tell y'all don't
My
listen
day
to
is
me.
ruined.
You know
My
what
day
I'm
is
Why,
ruined.
Jared?
Why?
Why?
trying to tell y'all.
The song
Because I honestly
traveled.
thought it was Baltimore, and I just don't want Ear Doctor to be getting this moment.
Y'all got one house song that Baltimore percolator joint. That's it.
Baltimore.
Thank y'all for your contribution. Appreciate it. But we'll take
Wow.
over when it comes to house.
Oh,
Midwest
shit.
and Jersey and New York. I'm just saying. But anyway.
Follow me.
Yeah. And follow
Oh,
me
that
to the
hurt.
next break. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Isn't that kind of like a unifying message? I'm hoping to see the day with my people.
With my
We
people.
Must stop fighting.
That joint is hot. Damn it, Jersey. Damn it.
Oh, it's all right, JB. It's all black. Black
Jersey.
music, black music,
I
black
know.
music, and it's all
just,
good.
It's just the Ear Doctor enjoyment kind of takes the shine off of it a little bit. Anyway.
Wonderful.
Someone said
Maybe it's
Percolator
more
is
than
not
two.
Baltimore.
Percolator
Stop
is.
it.
It's follow
Stop
me.
it.
Follow me.
We were talking about
Somebody
follow
put
me.
in. Somebody put it in the chat. Somebody put that in the chat. I'm just asking.
Somebody's
I
lying.
need
Somebody's
links and
Don't kill the
evidence.
messenger.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do
Somebody's
me like
lying. Somebody's lying. Percolator, if I'm not mistaken, I mean that was Unruly Records, right? Unruly, straight out of Baltimore.
that.
Maybe I have that wrong. Or maybe I'm
No.
gonna shut up. Maybe we should
You
move
gotta do the
on.
search. Somebody's gotta do the search.
I'm doing it now. I can't,
You don't want to be disproven.
if it says Jersey, I'm quit. I'm leaving.
just from Seattle.
My day is gonna be over. I'll take Seattle. It just
I
better
see your
not say
point.
Jersey.
Wow, yes. Percolator.
It
I didn't even know what the fuck the
better not
percolator
say
was. I'm like, what is a percolator?
Nobody
coffee
know
maker.
Oh,
It's a
well, that
coffee
yeah,
maker.
yeah.
That's just a bad-
Oh,
that's exactly a bad sound.
right.
That wouldn't know.
I can't find anything. Yeah, where is this?
I was gonna say, are we not going to be seriously be able to move on until Jared?
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Let's
just leave it alone. What you all want to get into?
Real quick, can we send some condolences going out to the white diaspora because they lost some cultural icons in recent weeks. I just want to acknowledge the passing. Damn. I just want to acknowledge the passing of Bob Barker, the longtime host of The Price is Right. Bob Barker passed away at age 99. And Bob Barker, I watched a lot of Price is Right next to my granny. Like Bob Barker was a staple in a lot of Black folks' daytime television, consuming habits. So big up Bob Barker, rise in power to a real one. Bob Barker. Let's help control the pet population. Keep your cats and dogs spayed and neutered.
Right on, yeah.
And the other big cultural titan in the white community that fell was none other than Jimmy Buffett. And
what?
Yeah. And Jimmy Buffett, when I think of white, I definitely think of Jimmy Buffett because I did not know niggas by themselves to bump Jimmy Buffett, but when they was around their white friends, they knew Margaritaville. You know what I'm saying? They
and
knew
that would
that
be
shit.
it. But wow, that's deep. I have heard more about Jimmy Buffett and never listened to that man for a long time. Like the name has been ever present, and other than maybe Margaritaville on occasion, even my white friends and my rock and roll friends, it was just never he was just never a part of the discussion.
But had a huge audience.
But the name was everywhere, and that was global. Like we would be in Panama, and they got a spot named after him. It's like, damn.
In fact, he made a lot of money apparently by opening up Margaritaville family amusement parks and made millions off of that fucking song or theme or whatever makes them with music.
Kim, the lead singer of Smash Mouth died.
I mean,
that?
Condolences.
We're
not talking, whoever he was. He ain't Jimmy Buffett or Bob Barker.
Bob Barker.
That's true.
And Percolator is from Chicago. Green
Velvet. Again, Doctor just out here ruining childhood.
The Midwest.
I don't believe it.
He's fucking up the Baltimore club identity by himself.
That's fake news.
That's a lie.
Oh, damn.
That's a lie.
Damn, y'all all coming out.
I was as a young man. Well, go ahead with your little fake Wikipedia page that you just made during the break. He just edited this line during the break. What does that say in parentheses? My bifocals.
It says Percolator, 1992.
Then it says something in parentheses.
Yeah,
Chicago.
When he went by the name of Cashmere.
I still don't believe it. I need to do some independent investigation.
Jared said.
But back to Bob Barker. Come on down.
I was jealous of him as a kid. I remember I was like, he get to work with all these fine women all day long, showing. I was like, go ahead with your pimp self.
Bob never had a scandal, right? He never had a scandal.
I never heard of one. He was like in all the. I would even see some documentaries, and they would talk about like all the women, at least the women that would come on. Like nobody ever said. He
held him
had
too
a
tight.
lock on his door, and he didn't do none of that. Matt Lauer and he wasn't doing none of that. I was almost shocked. I was when Me Too started. I was like, I know Bob get
Bob going down.
They gotta get Bob. I was like, that, but good for him. And apparently he stayed married to the same woman for his whole life. I mean, he apparently was, and that's why he lived in 99, clean living.
99.
He was part of the holy trifecta. Pat Sajak and Alex Trebek and him.
To me, Bob Barker.
Show host.
Nah, Bob. But first of all, Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune were nighttime game shows, right? So that it's something. There's a specific genre to the daytime television element, right? So I think Bob Barker. heads and shoulders truly above both Alistair Beck and Pat Sajak. That's the god right there. Bob Barker?
Yeah, he might be a class by himself. Yeah. And I think about the old one, like, what's his name? Gene Rayburn, the Match Game. All those old white men who used to host things, but none of them lasted as long as Bob Barker.
And as a homage to 20th century broadcasting and the transference of skills, Bob Barker was a radio guy who got discovered while on the radio. The creator of The Price is Right was driving, I think, through New Mexico or wherever Bob Barker was on the air and heard him and put him on. So yeah, the 20th century television relied heavily on radio talent because, you know.
But
Shirley said his wife died in the early 80s and he never remarried. He is now buried next to her. Oh.
But can't nobody mess with Richard Dawson. Ooh, that boy was a beast.
But he was a perv though. He was kissing people on the mouth.
He was
like
all kinds of nasty. He was
nasty.
Yeah.
People saying there's a whole lot of jokes about him dying at 99 as an apprentice.
Oh, damn.
Right, you got to spin the wheel. You're trying to get to $1, right? But if you get to 99, you're pretty good.
That's good. That's good.
Sometimes hopefully Bob would appreciate it. Hopefully Bob would appreciate it.
Yeah, come on. You can't front on that. Come on. Come on. 99? I mean, that's a long life, man. Come on, man.
So anyway, our condolences to the white diaspora for y'all loss. y'all cultural titans out here. We see you. We feel you. That's it. That's all right.
And also, by the way, and to the non-whites, a word of warning: the whites around you might be on a little on edge today and this week. So just an added,
be sensitive.
When we're in code orange, just in general, we're gonna slide a little bit towards, I don't know, whatever fade to the next code for today. Just
say I'm sorry for your losses over the weekend, and just let it slide. Let it slide.
Just, out of arm's length. Just keep a distance.
Cultural icons.
Over there,
cultural icons.
Hope you're doing okay.
Hope y'all all right, man. check on your mamas and your pawpaws today, because they're gonna be feeling it. They're gonna be feeling it.
And the office music is just like Buffett music just playing on 24. Don't say a word. Just keep it going. Man.
Black people gonna be like, "Who is this playing?"
There we go, Minister Server. He found something. You got to back that up, though. You got to back that up.
For those who wasn't able to read what he said, Bob Barker was a big supporter of private prisons, so F him too.
Shit. Damn.
Oh, damn.
He was for the prisons and spaying and neutering. Jesus.
We'll have to back that up with some evidence.
Don't go defaming with that.
Don't go defaming Bob.
Yeah, Doctor, thank you for making the content fully accessible for all. Some of our folks, don't get that, but thank you, Ear Doctor. Jared will pull the comment up and mumble through the whole jump and then take it down. He'd be like, "Oh, I see you there."
He does more than me. I don't even read it. I just throw it up there, let everybody read it. I assume.
I know you shouldn't assume though.
No, you're right. No, you're 1,000% correct. Okay, I got a story.
Let's go.
NYPD to deploy drones to monitor Labor Day weekend gatherings, raising civil liberties concerns. And so over So over the weekend, the West Indian Day Party Festival had always on Eastern Parkway. This year had an additive. New York City Police Department will deploy, or should I say has deployed, a fleet of because it's
yesterday.
Is it today or it was yesterday? Yesterday, right? Yeah, yesterday. Fleet of high-tech drones during the Labor Day weekend to monitor complaints about large gatherings associated with the West Indian Day celebration.
It's a parade. What they mean, large gatherings?
Wait a minute. Wait, come out. Where is my anonymous crew at? Where are the hackers at? Please release the emails and the phone calls of the complaints. I want to hear the New York whites and I want to hear the voices. It's too many.
All in one place.
All in one place.
I know.
Deploy the drone. I want to see the emails from New York.
Be canceled. Don't they know Bob Barker died today?
Right. On a day such as this.
Jimmy Buffett.
He's gone.
And they doing
How could they have a parade?
He did their music better than them.
Oh, shit.
Don't dishonor.
Hold on. So they said this was a preemptive plan. This was not necessarily in response to any complaints about large gatherings.
Oh, I thought it said there were complaints. My fault. I thought that was
to monitor complaints about large gatherings associated with West Indian Day celebrations, a tactic that has been denounced by civil liberties advocates. It says police enforcement for the yearly festivities, which culminate on Monday. Okay, so yesterday. Okay, it's Tuesday, and have previously been marred by violence, have been reworked in recent years. Every fucking year, the St. Patrick's Day parade is marred by fucking violence. Drunk ass motherfuckers go all around the city in New York. It never gets the moniker of like marred by violence or whatever.
Kamal's transition was flawless. I literally thought you were still reading the story. I thought that was the next paragraph. These fucking
never seeing that.
St. Patrick's Day.
That was commentary. My bad. That was a little commentary. NYPD officers are now paired with representatives of the Department of Buildings and other city agencies to tackle non-emergency complaints such as noise. Authorities have said those complaints are usually a precursor to violence. Mayor Eric Adams, a former NYPD officer himself, of course, has pushed back against criticism of the policing tactic. Of course, he pushed back. The technology isn't to spy on revelers, but to better deploy officers and crisis management teams, he said on a Friday briefing. There are a number of calls of loud music, disruptive behavior. Instead of the police having to respond and look at those, they're going to utilize drones from a safe distance, not down, flying into someone's backyard to see that they have on the grill, Adams said. And I'll stop here. They're going to utilize the drones to determine should they send crisis management teams. Does that fucking mean cops with guns?
Thank you. What does that even
right
mean?
away to help mitigate the problem.
Wow.
Imagine that noise in New York City. Imagine that. It gets loud from time to time in New York City. Can you imagine?
I mean, where isn't KRS One of Jamaican heritage? Like he couldn't call his buddy, his favorite cop, his favorite mayor that he
the
just
hip-hop mayor
for the hip hop mayor. You couldn't call the hip hop mayor and ask him why he's surveilling specifically your folks out here doing their annual cultural celebration. I'm sorry, West Indians don't get loud. I'm sorry, like since when? What are we talking about here?
It is literally the largest parade in New York City every year. And it doesn't get either the media attention or the accolades or the respect or the love, obviously, from the city, because it's millions and it's literally hundreds of thousands of Black folks from all over the world coming together. And yes, on occasions there's been some stuff that's happened, but there's just never been the type of love. At one time they tried to, because it runs through Eastern Parkway, and so the Hasidim got all upset. And then they try to cut it down at a certain time, get people off the streets at like 5 or 6 o'clock. So they've always just fucked with this parade for obvious reasons.
What's bigger, the West Indian Day Parade or the Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York?
Oh, West Indian. I think West Indian Parade. Somebody might have some better analysis. I've not been a high attender of the Puerto Rican Day Parade, but West Indian Parade was always just up the block. But it's literally like, it is wall to wall people. And then people break off and have like individual parties and gatherings and get togethers. But it is huge. Yeah, it is a huge parade.
But Kamal, all your cousins was at the Puerto Rican Day Parade, though.
So my wife knows I'm on the air and still she blows. Because I locked the door. She went out for a walk. Now she feels the guilt. I'm gonna have to leave the screen to let her in.
Why'd you lock her out?
I forgot. I didn't know she wasn't here at the time. So now she's looking guilty.
Safety first. Gotta lock the door. Safety first.
Did Kamal not hear my Puerto Rican joke aimed at him, or he just ignored it?
He did. I think the
he tried to front like he.
Damn. I was trying to make that joint land and miss.
Hey, while I'm here on the screen, big up to let's start it off with Parker, $2. Dr. West, revolutionary activist. Oh, we back to that. Revolutionary activist, social worker. Which one? Listen, I'm telling y'all, that sparked off something. I'm telling y'all, People want to learn what is the difference between these three things. They want to learn. All right. Big up to Rick. Well, Ricky ain't spending no money. All right. Big up to ZZ.
Hold
Lion
on.
Dad. Huh?
Ricky, Kamal got your stuff, and Renee is supposed to be coming to y'all. So be looking if it hasn't already.
Oh, Renee
arrived.
too? I didn't get nothing for Renee. Ricky got her stuff already, I think. I got the microphone and you got the backlight.
You didn't send nothing to Renee?
I don't remember you telling me to do Renee. All on CNB's dime. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay.
Wow.
No, how
right.
come it's not coming out the channel? Don't.
We need
don't
permission. We need permission. I didn't have permission for all that.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know we,
Yeah,
I
I
wasn't
didn't have
complaining,
permission.
but I was like,
for
okay,
money.
We got to run
we
it
just,
to everybody.
we could have just seen
Who
out a
is
text.
everybody? Y'all on a group chat.
Okay. Well, let me say this. ZZ Lion Dad, thank you for sending in $10. Leave the ball chasing to me. Personal endeavors does not help the mass. All hype. This is what you call prosperity coaching. Prime will become the Puffy and Jay-Z of college football.
I like that.
All right,
Shout out to Z.
Probably true.
And
Prosperity
another $5. He said he used to come to our parties back in the day. Thank you for coming through. We got no other than Latif, who's showing up to 45's court proceedings in Fulton County, talking about Trump. Kamal, stay home. Let Dwights handle Dwights. I'm anticipating violence. So stay home. And
Dwights.
big up to Noble Brown, $49.99. Bob Barker left prices right because Miss Diane sued him for sexual assault.
Whoa!
Look up ABC News. He
not
was
Miss
dirty
Diane.
too.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Not Miss Diane. I missed a Miss Diane scandal. I remember Miss Diane. God damn it, Bob.
Oh, damn, Bob Barker. God, you can't even be. I'm telling y'all see why I be reluctant to lay praise to the man. Them, you can't be even bigging up these men out here.
I told you I was shocked. I told you I was shocked.
They will embarrass
Thank you for that.
Even Bob.
Damn.
Hey, I see some
I'm
other
sorry,
stuff.
Miss Diane, on behalf of all of us.
Yeah. Now that we exposed, it's like it was obvious. He was up to something. All over.
I thought I always expected that we would hear something as soon as it came out. I expected it because I was like, this just is this. Look at the setup here. Look at the setup for years.
The harem, basically.
Yes.
I'm like, stand here next to that price tag.
And they would be in bathing suits and dress. I mean, they would be all, man. They'd be, because they had to show a beach ball.
Yeah.
You gotta, you know what I mean?
A vacation to Tahiti. You got
know
it.
what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, oh man, damn.
I mean, I think everybody was really thinking about Vanna White and Pat Sajak as the one was like, they got to be something behind that one.
Nah, Vanna was too. Pat, that'd be her coming down for Pat Sajak.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
It would.
Yeah.
But
I don't even know how he got. That's the thing about the average white man just gets any job because Pat Sajak. I mean, why does he have that job? I don't like. I'm not saying it's a hard job, but still, why does he get that job? I don't understand.
Because he's a mediocre white man. It don't take much. I was having a conversation over the weekend about Justin Timberlake, and I'm like, Justin Timberlake better be thanking Pharrell and Timbaland every day that he had a solo career because he was a mediocre white from a group of below average whites, right? Like, it wasn't special about Justin fucking Timberlake, but Timbaland and Pharrell blessed him with hits. And you subtract them, Timbaland and Pharrell produced Justin Timberlake hits. Where does his catalog lay? Not very far.
That is. But that's why I said I'm not playing. As soon as that album opened up, that Jay-Z album opened up with his voice, I was like, that's it. I turned it off immediately. I didn't come back to hear that song for a very long time.
Who, Timberlake?
Yeah,
Suit and
because
Tie?
I was,
You talking about Suit and Tie?
No, whatever. No. It starts with him singing, and then it's actually the go-go version that brought me back to the original. Just
Oh,
can't
yeah.
just can't crack the code. And the go-go version is the one that brought me back to the original. But because the first time I heard it, I was like, as soon as I heard his voice, I turned it off and was like, me and Jay-Z are forever finished. The Holy Grail. Thank you.
Holy Grail, yeah.
I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's no way I'm listening to a Jay-Z album that starts with Justin Timberlake singing. We're talking about this is Premiere Day. I'm from Premiere days. I'm from Hey Lord, we reloaded. All that gangster. I don't want none of Justin Timberlake on a acapella. I was like, absolutely not. Pause. Stop. Eject.
I think Justin Timberlake paid Jay-Z for that, as opposed to the other way. Where it's like, can I get down?
I don't know. I think Jay-Z knew what he was doing. It was marketing. That was his next.
I mean, don't they all use the white artist as a springboard to get
He offered
more...
to write for Michael Jackson.
I keep forgetting to read it when I put it up there. My bad.
Justin Timberlake offered to write a song for Michael Jackson, so he was confident on his own. Wow.
Damn. Did Michael take that song?
I was pretty sure that Future Love Sex album, whatever the joint was called, those were songs that Pharrell, or was that the Timbo joint? I can't remember. Whatever one, a lot of those songs, like My Love, like that was meant for Michael Jackson. Like a lot of those songs were meant for Michael Jackson and he died. Yeah. And it ended up going to Timberlake.
Really?
Yeah.
That wasn't a bad song. I was like, I like that song. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
But when you hear some of these songs like Rock Your Body, like you can hear Michael Jackson singing those songs. You know what I'm saying? Like I can hear Michael Jackson on that.
Oh.
No, Timberlake's a mediocre white. Like I don't give a fuck what his level of stardom. I mean, Britney's a mediocre white. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely that. Mediocre. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of mediocre white, but shout out to the non-mediocre whites. You know, we got the Adele. Adele's not a mediocre white out here.
You can't front on that voice. I'm sorry. I have wanted
Tina
to
Marie.
try. I tried
Tina Marie.
voice.
Historically speaking.
Even Backyard covered Adele. I was like, damn.
No,
Anyway.
there's some exceptional whites, but Justin Timberlake's not one of them.
What do we call Amy Winehouse?
Exceptional white.
Amy. I liked Amy.
Is she
She
white?
could sing. She could sing, man.
And write her pen. Y'all be sleep on her pen. Her pen. Her pen. Her pen. That broad could write a song, Amy Winehouse, and sang
Who
it.
put Kenny Loggins in the
Somebody put Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins as
That's the height of
exceptional
white
white?
achievement.
Oh,
The height of
goodness.
white achievement.
Stop it.
Hey, like how for black people, Knuck If You Buck is the song that gets everybody out there, or Back That Ass Up. When I play Footloose, white people lose their mind. They lose it. They just run towards the dance, flash dance. That's all. Like, what was that movie?
Within the white world,
Footloose.
Kenny
But
Loggins was a huge like writing and singing. He didn't become like, I should say he became a huge star, but he was like, a steady star for white for like 20. And then some of those songs did get played on the radio, like black, like in New York. So I know those songs.
Is it Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald? Look at the two whites collaborating on a wonderful project. This is it.
But that's Michael McDonald. To
Michael
me, Michael McDonald is an exceptional white.
Yes.
He is an
Kenny
exceptional
Loggins is an Ear Doctor. When you say that the whites in your crowd love it, that makes my point about him being mediocre. That's the point. That's the proof of the mediocreness that they love him so much. The best version of his music is when he showed up on Archer and they did a nice little like a slowed down version, country, like soulful country version of one of his songs on that show, and that was the best Kenny Loggins is, other than the Michael McDonald, because Michael McDonald was dope.
We giving Phil Collins one? We giving him a
I like Phil Collins.
He gets the Philip Bailey pass. Does he get
I don't think he's exceptional. I mean, he has a lot of talent.
Hey,
but he did that the Diana Ross cover. It wasn't bad.
He had Chester Thompson.
I can feel it coming. I'm sorry, Jerry. My bad.
No, that's good. That's good. And there's a go-go version of that too. So but
I mean, what isn't there a go-go version of?
Watch your mouth. But
there's a karaoke song of every song.
Watch your mouth.
Oh,
but shout out.
Simmer down.
That's okay. I'm gonna let it go because just keep this same energy after your next visit. But Chester Thompson, I just want to shout him out, was the brother that played drums with Phil Collins
and
when
Genesis.
they would tour, and Genesis, and they would do dual drum performances. and that's fire. So I don't know if that fully gets filled where we're trying to put him, but for me, you know, as a wannabe drummer, that I always shout that out. You know,
and Chester Thompson is from Baltimore, right, Jared?
No, are you serious?
Dead ass serious. Chester Thompson is from Baltimore.
Damn,
well, you lose one, you got one. You lose the percolator, you get back Chester Thompson.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Y'all can have that.
Wow.
Hey, I like Billy Joel too. I mean, I would invite him to
Hey,
the
dog,
Billy
I'm trying to go
Joel's
see Billy Joel and at M&T Bank Stadium. He's coming to M&T Bank Stadium in October. The nosebleed seats are $250.
Damn.
$250 for one ticket to go see Billy Joel.
You see
like
that
Billy
documentary? You see that documentary where his original band talks about, like, he did them dirty. Like his original
well, didn't
band,
he cheat? He cheated with his man's wife, and that's how he got his nose broken.
Oh,
Or some story like that. Like his nose is broken because he got busted with his man's girl or something like that. There's some weird story like that.
Oh man.
Yeah. That's how his nose got fucked up.
You know, these good musicians be, they dirty.
I feel like he's I like Billy Joel, but it's like some of that shit I can't. Some of that sing-songy shit I just can't take for too long. Some of it I like. I gotta be in the mood.
Like thank you. I could as big as of a hit as Piano Man is. I could say I'm good with 30,000 whites also singing Piano Man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to happen. I just want to hear him do The Stranger, and you might be right in a couple other joints, and I'll be ready to go.
Uptown Girl, that's the shit.
Because Davey is still in the Navy.
I kind of like
will be for life.
All right, Bruce Springsteen.
No.
Mediocre.
We'll take
about just some Springsteen songs I really like.
No, I like
we'll take Hall and Oates.
His music.
Yeah, Springsteen's not mediocre, but his music, except for Born to Run, is probably like my favorite Springsteen song. But generally, his music didn't really reach me.
Hall and Oates did Sarah Smile, so that's a lot for me. Sarah Smile is an
that's like the worst Hall and Oates song. That's
Are you serious?
That's like the 20th
Are you
best Hall and Oates
serious?
song.
Man Eater is the
best
joint.
Song.
She's a man eater.
Damn, Kim.
On one with all the
I used to love 101. I used to love 101.
Come on. I'm
Sarah
tired
Smile's
of
way better
playing
than that.
on the field. No, it seems I don't get time out anymore.
Oh, what?
Just because I can't sing, that's not fair. If I start singing, if I can sing, if I break out Sarah Smiles, it would be embarrassing.
The 20th best Hall and Oates song is that Sarah Smile. I'm trying to tell you.
But they definitely when they in the 80s they all that shit was like fire.
And the best one hit wonder, Lisa Stansfield. I've been around the world and now,
I think she did have 2 hits.
She had the song called "You Can't Deny It." You can't deny it, baby.
Oh, maybe it was one. I don't know that song.
I think it's
no.
one.
If you heard it, you would know it.
Nah, that was a little hit.
Yeah.
But I actually watched a video on her recently. She had a whole interesting career in Europe, though. She had she did a lot. She did she did a lot.
I gotta put this one up. Big up. This is a music head right here, Michael Franks. A lot of people don't know about Michael.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck is that.
I'm one of them.
He makes some dope
jazz
type.
Jazz,
music.
of course, jazz,
Yeah.
Smooth jazz, 105.9. That's
You
the
talk
latest
about
from
you
Michael
talk about
Franks.
sampling.
Michael
Is it that
Bublé.
kind of jazz?
Oh man.
Ugh.
You got to listen to it. He got a lot of good
White folks
sampling.
jazz. That's it, white folks
Nah,
jazz.
if it's that, I don't like. As a genre. There's very few genres I just completely dismiss, but that's one of them. I can't.
Hey,
do
that's
those
a question
genres.
for Dr. West. Like Dr. West, what is smooth jazz? Like smooth jazz. It just sounds like gentrified jazz. Gentrified jazz, 105.9. Like
Somebody brought up Janis Joplin, and I think she's overrated, B.
nah, she's exceptional way.
She's exceptional way.
I get
I only
that.
know that one song, that one remake, and then
Just
I was
one
never.
Yeah.
Well, so the exceptionalism musically to me is kind of like their ability to best emulate black people, right? So Janis Joplin to me is emulating, niggas. And did she do a decent job? Yeah, she did. So I mean, like Phil Collins, like Phil Collins can't really emulate black people, not in his voice, you know what I'm saying? But he's skilled, he's talented. but he can't, he can't do what the niggas do, not really. But Janis Joplin, Amy Winehouse was really good at that. Like she was good at emulating black people. So
she had the Billy voice a little bit. She did a weak version of the Billy voice. Although she did say something bad about Billy one time. I was like, you about to get trashed, B. I was like, you're duplicating her whole life and shit.
Fleetwood Mac.
I don't know enough Fleetwood Mac shit.
Me neither.
I used to have a crush on Stevie Nicks as a little kid, though.
Oh, that Fleetwood. Okay, I do know that.
She was all right to me at one point in my childhood. She was
stand
all right to me.
back, stand back.
For white capabilities, for white's ability level, I would give Fleetwood Mac. They can do that because Gypsy and Rhiannon and what's the other joint? The Chain, Break the Chain, yeah.
Now, where was Cher at in this? Is Cher being
Cher,
Sonny and Cher? No.
Why?
Cher couldn't sing.
Why? I mean, she's mediocre even for the whites. They consider her mediocre. Even they are like,
you know who can sing? I looked up the I forgot. I don't remember the name, but she's a contemporary right now. The woman who was sampled in that Jay-Z song. Is it 44 where he's apologizing? Kanye did the track. And the hook is something like I'll never treat you like I should, and that gets sampled. When you look up that song, the woman singing that can blow. And if you talk about mimicking blackness and soulfulness, I thought she was a black woman until it was like a disappointment when I looked it up, and I was like, damn. Same thing for the woman who sings the gospel track on Dark Side of the Moon for Pink Floyd. For years, I thought that was a sister.
I totally thought that was a black woman for a long time, and they showed her picture. I said, "Is that the same? Are you sure?" That's the
I had to look it up 2, 3, 4 times, and they said because they even wrote in the liner notes she's described as a gospel singer on top of it. I was like, gospel singer from England. Or a gospel singer on Dark Side of the Moon. I was like, she has to be black. And then, sure enough, British.
The song, in case anybody's not familiar, the song is "Great Gig in the Sky." The Great Gig in the Sky. It is just a woman hollering, singing on the joint, and she kills it. And I'm like, look at England. England been putting out these soulful white women's for
Adele's
a long
grandmother.
time. Right. That was Amy Winehouse's great auntie. Like, they've been putting out the soulful white women's. Joss Stone, a person whose music I never really got into, but I never had any issue with her voice. I always thought she was talented. I just never got
Hannah
into
Williams.
it. She's touring, and it's like the 20th anniversary of like her big album or of her debut. I'm like, God damn, Joss Stone been out for 20 years. 20 years.
You know who's the best at stealing the black voice?
Unicorns.
Iggy Azalea. Azalea is Australian, and she has a Southern black voice.
No, she does not have a Southern black voice.
I mean, she raps Southern black. She raps Southern black voice.
I like this one. Miss Hummingbird says Adele is insanely overrated. Damn, I love the hate. I do not agree. But damn, I love the hate.
Insanely.
No, I mean, I can see where that argument could be made. I mean, personally, I think Amy Winehouse could sing Adele under the table. Like,
and Ledisi can sing Adele under the table. Ledisi
black. I mean, we got to compare apples and apples here.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, what are you
doing?
Adele
can sing though. Adele can sing.
What did it get say?
Oh, no, I don't know why she's just yelling at me from above the thing.
Oh,
I thought she was yelling a comment. She's got opinion. I want to hear it. What'd she say?
She's like, you gonna lock.
This has to do whether or not our child got their permission slip in to go on their class trip today. So she decided just to yell it down, knowing I'm on the air.
So forget your work. Forget what you're doing right now. Okay.
Bakra Ma'at says Barbara Streisand is a top singer. The most African name to compliment Barbara Streisand in the history of the universe.
Barbara Streisand. I'm sorry. She can actually sing though. She can
name a song.
So she
I'm not in there like that. Yeah, there's a couple of songs where she can sing.
The Luther song. Don't you remember you told me you loved me?
That's a Luther song.
Right, but Barbara Streisand did that joint first. Y'all didn't even know that.
Exactly.
It's Luther song.
Exactly.
Watch me hit
That's
y'all
a Luther song.
It's like Dionne Warwick's song, "The House Is Not a Home." It's not her song anymore. It's Luther's song.
Nah, it's Luther's song.
Yeah,
and you just got Carole King. That's all. You got to give it up. You got to let it go. It's not yours anymore. I don't give a damn how many concerts you do and how many tributes you get. It's not your song no more.
That's Reefa's song, Carol. But Carol will acknowledge that though. Carole King, exceptional white. You know, maybe not.
She is. I got to give it to her.
But her pen, you know,
she got a nice pen.
Exceptional white.
I think the top white would have to be Tina Marie.
For us,
I think a case can be made. I need to know who the other contenders are, but a case can be made.
Who's this one that everybody likes as the big songwriter, but her voice is kind of like Prince talks about her a lot? What's the white woman?
That's not Carole King?
No. This is one that the white folks love for her
Peter
writing.
Gabriel.
I like Peter Gabriel.
Who was it? It was Burt Bacharach and somebody who was his woman writing.
Bacharach. What did I do with Prince?
Because he's a songwriter, and I thought he had a woman writing partner whose name I can't recall.
No. What is the Joni Mitchell? Joni Mitchell.
Joni Mitchell. Never lied.
I don't know any Joni Mitchell songs, but everybody.
The parking lot.
I get in that community.
They played the parking lot joint.
They paid Paradise to put up a parking lots. Big Yellow Taxi.
Okay, thank you.
And in the movie, Eminem is not an exceptional white. No.
I'm just never gonna.
He's an exceptional lyricist. He's an exceptional
lyricist.
Bias.
Overrated.
He's an exceptional lyricist.
He is my top. Besides Elvis, he is my top overrated white of all time.
But just because he's exceptional as a lyricist, that don't make him top in the other.
I don't even believe that. I just think he's overrated. I think he's the Elvis. He's the rap's version of Elvis. They wanted the Great White Hope Savior to come out. He could rhyme, and then the media threw all of its weight behind this dude like crazy. I'm not saying he's bad at what he does.
Yeah.
I don't think Elvis was bad at what he does, but I like exceptional or the king or top 5. All that shit is like never.
The realest thing I heard Cannabis say is when he said that he lost his battle with Eminem primarily because Eminem was, as he said, backed by $1 billion industry. And he said you cannot compete with the ads and the drops and the placements, and he gets on this record, he gets this beat, you gets this, like you can't, and they're telling Cannabis you got to basically pay for your own tour. You can't, he was like, what am I supposed to do with that? And then I'm trying to go bar for bar, and nobody, I mean, it's like, even if the bar is good, even if the bar, my argument was, even if the bar is bad, the fact that an industry can basically prevent anyone from hearing it is what tips the scales for me. So it's like, that's why, and that's ultimately why my bias kicks in, and I don't care how good he is. He ain't never gonna be on my.
Will we ever put Eminem above Beastie Boys or no?
Oh hell no! Beastie Boys are cultural icons like that predate Eminem by 25 years. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, like you can still break out that License to Ill and rock to it, right? Tell me the Eminem album that you can go back and revisit. You like, 20 years later, this shit bangs. And the whole song he make about killing his fucking wife. You know what I'm saying? Like. You know,
so we don't ever talk about how Beastie Boys they used to be punk rockers and then stumbled onto hip hop and was like, oh, we can do this too and use this. But
they kept all the rock elements, not all, but they didn't stray from their roots. They
combined, yeah.
And importantly for me, Eminem is the product of black mimicry and black celebrity dragging him into fame with Dre. Quite the reverse for Beastie Boys, who not only sort of, I mean, lanes were made for them, but they worked their way in there. But they, as Chuck D told me in an interview that I lost years ago, said that it's the Beastie Boys, Public Enemy being thrown on tour with the Beastie Boys before anybody knew who Public Enemy actually was, that made them, that gave them the career and the international. So not only do the Beastie Boys not become a product of some blackness and mimicry, they paved the way for what my generation was the standard for radical political pop cultural. So I give them credit for that. I give them a big,
And the thing with Eminem was he is a great battle rap MC, and that deals with lyricists. Dr. Dre came and was like, "Oh, you're great at battle rapping, but let me put it in song mode." So that's really all that happened with Eminem. He's just a good
Dr. Dre was like,
battle
"I
rap.
see cash
That's not what
money.
happened. That's what
I see
happened.
cash money."
He said it. I got the tape. I heard the tape. They said it's a white boy. He was like, ding, 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 ding,
Like,
ding.
more money than I could ever make off of my own 5 albums. I'm going to put this white boy out. And again, just like Elvis, he's going to sing black music. He's going to do black music, and they're going to eat it up. They're going to pay for it. They're going to put him all over every magazine. He's going to be rated the top, whatever. Money, money, money. And again, I'm not suggesting that he doesn't have talent. I'm suggesting that whatever the level of that talent is, it's not to the level of he is the greatest of this. He's the top 5 of that. He's the whatever. Like, no.
But here's what you're not respecting. Eminem took a knee at the Super Bowl.
He was one of the only ones.
No, but, I mean, in the safest one who could do it, right?
Yeah,
like
it's so silly.
It was
Yeah.
the
like,
one
go,
who was going to
Eminem,
face
go.
no repercussions for taking a knee. You know,
Yeah, the one who will only enhance his blackness by doing so was the one who did, like, he'll get some street cred. Won't lose any dough whatsoever, but he'll get some street cred.
Oh, Fred Durst. Fred Durst. No. And the
wait,
worst
y'all
thing
are
about
reaching.
the worst thing about the Fred Durst thing is that I saw on his great show, DJ Premier I forgot what is the name of the platform now, it's slipping my mind, but he does where he breaks down his beats, and he did a beat for Fred Durst. I didn't even notice back in the day. I forgot about it, or suppressed it, or ran away from it in my consciousness.
And what about Average White Band?
Okay, hold on. Now you're doing a lot right now.
What, Average White Band? I mean, to have a
It's in the name, ear doctor.
Average.
Average.
right. Dang, I ain't think about
I
that.
did like Linda Ronstadt. Somebody put Linda. It was some Linda, and she had some politics actually.
Damn.
Jefferson Airplane. Oh, we going back to my earliest child.
I know.
Dusty Springfield. Good Lord.
Y'all know too much in the chat. Yeah, there must be a lot of white people listening to us.
No,
now.
there's a lot
A
of
lot
It's
of
like,
old
y'all
people,
know a
too.
lot.
Joan
I know too much
Jett.
of these white artists. Too much of these white artists. I did like Joan Jett. I did like Joan Jett.
Can I tell you guys, Dave Grohl, you guys are familiar with Dave Grohl, the lead singer of the Foo Fighters, who hails from Springfield, Virginia. He always screams DC, always screams DMV. Before the pandemic, the Foo Fighters did a big show at RFK Stadium. Included on the lineup, like this lineup was perfect for me, and half the audience in there was confused most of the time. So the Foo Fighters were the headliners, but the opening acts included Joan Jett, included Gary Clark Jr., included Buddy Guy, included Trouble Funk, including LL Cool J.
What?
And listen, like LL came out, he's like, "What's up, Chocolate City?" And then he looked out at the audience and was like, "Oh, wait a second."
Whoops.
White Chocolate City.
Out here. Yeah, but nah, I mean, what a show. And I said, Dave Grohl, you put this lineup together for like 20 people out here, like 100. There's only 100 of us in this entire crowd of thousands that could fully appreciate the range of this lineup.
So, and speaking of Dave Grohl, who previously, correct me if I'm wrong, drummed for
Nirvana.
Nirvana. Please, everybody, go see the documentary Soaked in Bleach. I've mentioned it on here before. About Kurt Cobain's death.
Oh.
And what apparently might have really it is, I don't know what's going on, but it's a very well done documentary, and it will definitely change what you think about what happened. And there's a nice little bit for us media folks where they talk about the MTV media coverage and how bastardized and distorted it was, setting us up for a complete misunderstanding of what really happened with his death. It's fabulous. I'm about to go watch it again later. So
what did Dave is Dave come out looking good or not good?
They don't talk anything about the band.
Okay.
It is so the band looks fine. It is, but what's her face does not. Courtney does not look good
right,
at
I'm sure.
all. And I walked away from it as did one of the people on there that murder does not have a statute of limitations, and they need to open that back up. And in fact, the former head of the police out there, Norm Stamper, whose book I read about reforming the police, he's a pretty progressive white dude, in fact. He's on there saying if I was still the head of police, we would reopen the case right now. Like it looks horrible for her.
Yeah, because the misremembering, a lot of people think that Kurt Cobain died of a drug overdose. He didn't. He died of a shotgun blast. People like forget that. Like, but yeah, so
and in fact, so that's in fact one of the key themes of the thing, because the point is he had way beyond overdose levels of heroin in his body, which then makes it what they conclude is how could he turn the gun around and have it and shoot himself in the mouth or the face, and then have the body and the gun fall in all the positions that everything fell. There's no precedent for
Wait a minute, do we think what's her name did it? What's the wife's name?
Courtney Love.
It's suggested that she hired someone to give him a hot shot, as they say, and then he overdoses, and then they put the gun in his mouth, allegedly. And this is all, if I'm remembering correctly, this is what they were concluding. In fact, I'm going to go watch it again. But it's someone else shoots the gun at him after the fact of, because you can't have that much dope in you and do all of that. And at the point you would have, and another good point that I really appreciated, not having done that particular drug myself, but was that at the point that you get that high, the idea of shooting yourself in the face is not possible. Like, that's the point. Like, you're not going to be at the level of that at that point of being high. You're going to be like, everything is good right now. I'll be good. I'll make it through.
No reason to burn.
And there ain't no reason in the world right now. Maybe later, but right now, I'm gonna enjoy this right here.
Thanks.
So quickly. So Linda Ronstadt was pointing out. I think I remember that she was Mexican.
Soaked in bleach. Sorry.
Oh, soaked in bleach. That she's Mexican, but she might be white Mexican. But I don't know. But I got you.
Jared, you mentioned one of them Louis C.K. Mexicans.
I think she might be. I think she's got politics. She's got some politics. What was the documentary you mentioned last week that we should be watching? Was it like Retail or something like that?
Telemarketers, Jared. I watched that shit.
Oh my God.
I watched that shit. Jared, that shit was fucking crazy. Come out. Did you watch it?
No, I was going to watch it yesterday, but I couldn't remember the name.
Telemarketers. Oh my God. It's so misnamed. Like it's like the dullest, most boring, innocuous name for this sensational, explosive documentary.
We're gonna talk about Thursday.
Why Thursday? What's happening Thursday?
Because everybody be back to talk.
Hopefully, because I'm not here tomorrow.
I'm not here.
Hopefully we can hold off till Thursday.
We can hold off.
So
Thursday.
This just to get them anxious, ready to come back.
In other words, and he's got a mix to do.
But just quickly, Big T.
John Legend accepted an exceptional white.
Oh damn!
I'm gonna say this.
Who said it's John Legend an exceptional white? What y'all say?
That was a good one.
Somebody said it's John Legend.
Listen,
the hate is strong in you.
I'll give you a social conscious song that a white person did. Bee Gees made "Stand Alive" just like the what's the name did The Message.
Get off the screen. Just do your mix.
What are you doing?
Do the mix.
"Stand Alive" was a socially conscious song. The Message was a socially conscious.
All right, everybody.
Listen to the lyrics.
I'm a ladies man.
We got over 400 today. We got over 30,000. We are blessed with a mix. No talking, all mixing.
Telemarketers and Soaked in Bleach.
Where is Soaked in Bleach? Where can I find that? I'm sorry.
I honestly I don't remember, but it's
Telemarketers.
Google. And Telemarketers is on HBO.
Kamau, you are going to love that shit. Like that shit was wild.
Check it out and come. Let's talk about it on Thursday.
Let's do it. All right, I'm down.
All right, cool. So I guess I need to do a mix. I mean, put something together.
Damn,
I don't know why you say it like that.
Like
we
that.
just had a good time this morning.
We did. Let's go right here. No other than the Remix Morning Show. We will catch y'all tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Once again, let's do it and tell a friend to tell a friend. It is on again. Let's go.
Yeah.
We sell crack to our own out the back of our homes. You smell the musk of the dusk and the crack of the dawn. We go through episodes too, like Attack of the Clones. Work till we break a bag and you hear the crack of the bone. To get by, just to get by, just to get by, just to get by. We can mute the computer, spirits stay mute while your ego spread rumors. We survivalists turn to consumers. Just to get by, just to get by, just to get by, just to get by. Just ask me why some people gotta live in a trailer, cause like a sailor I paint a picture with the pen like Norman Mailer. Me and Weller raised 3 daughters all by herself. struggle and I find the strength in myself. These words melt in my mouth, they hot like the jail cell in the South. Before my nigga Core bailed me out. To get by, just to get by, just to get by, just to get by.
DJ Doc, you know he's down with us. D Square, he's down with us. Keyboard Money Mike is down with us. ICU, you know he's down with us. D-Nice and Mick Boot are down with us.
And
Miss
Cornell
Melody,
West, she's down with us.
Just Ice and DMX are down with us.
And all
My
our
manager
remixers
Mo,
out there.
he's down with us.
Come on.
Castle D, boy, he's down with us. DJ Red Alert, he's down with us. RoboCop, boy, he's down with us. Making funky music is a must. I'm number one.
Born in the ghetto, it's hard to survive. Some have achieved and many brothers try. But I realize which life to choose. I wanna make money, so I gotta pay dues. But there's no rules, and you only have one chance. If you can't
outta
get
here.
the circumstance.
This is No Other Than,
the
the Remix Morning Show, and we will be back tomorrow. Best believe that. 8 a.m. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's on again. We out. Peace.